there was a missile thrown from Iran towards Turkey, which the entire Middle East is concerned and confused about. United Arab Emirates condemns this Iranian ballistic missile launch towards Turkish airspace, as well as the Organization of Islamic Countries. They have also said that this was not expected, and they're denouncing the threat to Turkey. We must understand how the information is flowing, because we see two friendly neighborhoods that does not have any kind of retaliatory past getting into a retaliation, or whether this was a conspiracy being built by certain factors in the region. That is very important to understand as well. A 3D decoy or multiple 3D decoys being used by the Iranian sides. It comes off as a equipment, as a military infrastructure pattern. They use a 3D decoy, and it was successful in various cases to a missile attack, which did not fare any kind of benefit, because it was a painting, a mere painting of a helicopter had prompted the US forces to attack on such a issue. I want to come in the studio with Rashed Alam Bhuiyan. As I was talking about, what are the options that Iran has? Now we see a conspiracy between the two neighbors, Turkey and Iran. They do have a border that they share amongst one another. So I want to ask you, sir, what are the options that Iran has, and how do you see the future for Tehran? Like, do you think that there is certainly going to be a regime change?
Thank you. I think for Iran, I think it is a very critical time for them, because they already lost some of their capacities in terms of, the air defense and other aspects. But even though they are trying to give their maximum effort, particularly their defense, they try to defending their own nation, defending their own country, defending their sovereignty. So particularly they have a very good support from the Iraqi mobilization force. So that that is one of the good aspects, that they try to mobilize their partner in in Iraq, and that might help them to actually, if USA try to mobilize the Kurdish forces there, so those forces can be retaliated, can be defeat with the Iraqi mobilization front they have in Iraq. And also they try to mobilize the Hezbollah again in the Lebanon side as well, and also they try to seeking support from the international community, and also they made it clear to their Middle Eastern neighbor that those attack, attack towards the Turkey, attacks in the Aramco facilities, oil facilities, is not done by them. So these are the actually conspiracy and disinformation and misinformation that try to provoke by the Zionist regime, so that there is a they can involve other countries in this unjust war against Iran, particularly when both of the sides were in the negotiation table. So I think for the Iranian, I think although USA tried to instigate the regime changes there, but due to this large scale attack and actually killing the children in schools and mass atrocities against the Iranian civil infrastructure, I think the nation will be more united against the USA and Israel. And particularly the regime changes that they are hoping for might not take place, but we can see a long-term instabilities in the region. Particularly US also already lost a lot of resources, particularly their air defense system in UAE, air defense, their bases in the Kuwait, their bases in the Bahrain.
Some of the consulates as well has been under attack.
Yeah. All those facilities has been already damaged. So for the USA, it is a huge losses. Particularly, they also, the Middle Eastern countries also become very much skeptical towards US behavior, particularly the air defense system. They were promised to be support their own security, but ultimately we have seen that those air defense systems actually built for the security of Israel rather than those own nations. And that's politics actually become more manifested now. Yeah.
And the contractual understanding between these Middle Eastern countries with the United States have come to a strain as of recent days, as we see that they're continuously supporting the movements, the patterns established by Israel.